Aye. Motion carries. After discussion in executive session, what occurred with the matter was an interview by the executive board of Michele Foster, who is currently a quality manager at the crime lab. We have discussed with Michele her interest and willingness and her credentials with regard to taking the position of interim director of the crime lab during a period in which the executive board or members of staff will update the existing job description to make sure that it is current with 2013 standards. We are relatively comfortable with the original Bob Budgate created job description dating back to 1993, which again requires a bachelor's degree in forensic chemistry and other related areas, as well as other experiential requirements. But we're going to double check whether or not that is the most current requirements and acceptable for accreditation and other purposes. We intend to move quickly with that process. We intend to move very quickly with regard to the posting of the availability of this job. We would hope to do so within the next several weeks. We have asked Michele if she would be willing to undertake this job in the interim. We certainly anticipate that we will complete this within a 120-day period of time, and we would be hopeful that we could complete this sooner than that. That being the case, we discussed with her a salary as an interim director in the amount of $70,848. That is the same salary that had been offered to Chief Perez, plus the benefits associated with it. Again, it would be as interim director. We believe that she will bring stability to the office. There was a condition associated with this, and that's because Michele just heard about this today for the very first time. She asked that she have the opportunity to talk to her husband tonight concerning the acceptance. I don't know why she would want to do that, but she said that she does. But the SCOG board, again, as the crime lab is presently structured, and this is subject to further discussion, and hopefully there will be changes to this in some manner for the discussion that we had earlier. But the crime lab is a function, and the appointing authority to the crime lab is the City of Canton, and that is directly in line the safety director who works for the mayor of the City of Canton. So the actual hire and employment of Michele, if she chooses to accept this job, will be made by the City of Canton. Therefore, this board today cannot actually offer her a job, but we can make a recommendation to the City of Canton and to Director Beam and to Mayor Healy that they offer this to her. And we received assurances from Mayor Healy that if recommended and if her husband gives her the okay on this, she would be the person that would be offered this job, and it would be done immediately. I'm going to entertain a motion to make this recommendation, and then concluding that, we've asked Michele. She had about 30 seconds to prepare for the job interview, and we asked her to take another 30 seconds and make a presentation on her qualifications, because I think it's very important that everyone here understand her qualifications, and she meets all of the 1993 job description qualifications by way of degree, experience, and otherwise. And she demonstrated to us an extraordinary calm and self-assurance in the few minutes that we had to talk to her today. Entertain a motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, I will make a motion that the Executive Committee of SCOG make a recommendation to be later ratified by the general membership. That recommendation to be offered the position of interim director of the crime lab, and make that recommendation to the mayor and the safety director as the appointing authority for the City of Canton on the terms that you've previously outlined.
Second. We have a motion second stated by Mr. Chesler. Is there any discussion? Marty, you always have discussion.
Well, that was one of the most extraordinary interviews I've ever been part of. give someone roughly 30 seconds to prepare for an interview, bring her in, and it's just truly extraordinary. Very, very much in possession of her faculties. I was really impressed. I think we've made an excellent choice.
Any other members of the board? We have a motion and second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries unanimously.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
I just would like to notify the board that an offer has been extended upon the request of the board, and we're waiting for a response.
Michele, if you would, we asked once Beth did to come up and make a few comments about your qualifications, your experience in the lab, and what you intend to do for the lab to reestablish its credibility and trust in the community in the next 3 to 4 month period of time while we are searching for a permanent replacement. And we are hopeful that at some point in time you may consider yourself as an applicant for the job.
Do you want me to speak?
Let's use the microphone.
In terms of my qualifications, I have been with the crime laboratory. I'm in my 25th year. I started at the crime laboratory as an analyst in the biology section, and through the course of the laboratory's progression in time, I did become a DNA analyst. In 2010, I did take over the role of quality assurance manager for the Canton-Starr County Crime Lab. As such, I have been responsible for assuring that the laboratory meets accreditation standards through the American Society of Crime Lab Directors Lab Accreditation Board. And the goal, at least in my interim period, is to actually start the process in meeting new accreditation criteria, which we are obligated to meet since the old system was being phased out. Primarily, I'm hoping that with the staff that we have, which has actually, through the course of the year, it has been a very trying time for the laboratory. We have a lot of work to do ahead of us, and with the personnel that we have, I believe that we can accomplish that and restore things back to be able to get results and evidence expeditiously back to the departments and the results available to them. Just to make it clear, as far as a degree, I do have my degree in forensic chemistry from Ohio University, and as a result of being a DNA analyst, I actually had to go back to school and take more classes in order to qualify myself as far as for DNA. Another criteria, I believe, is as far as I did and was a requirement at one time for all employees to go through a police training through Ohio Police Officers Training Academy, and that was completed. However, it's not been it's been removed as a requirement for criminalists. However, there are still a few of us that have gone through that training.